We're gonna look at some PoE 2 boss design shit. They got a quick video out. There's a number of interviews. I'm not gonna look at them all today, but we got a lot of shit going on.
I think honestly making bosses in Path of Exile 2 is the most satisfying part of the job. It is so enjoyable from start to end. Even after it's gone out, it's satisfying. I think if I could choose to do anything all the time, full time, that would be the single thing.
This boss is the craziest fucking boss, by the way. You fight her, and halfway through the boss fight, her unborn baby aborted fetus comes out of her womb, and it's a second NPC that you have to fight that has different mechanics than she does during the fight. Yeah. Yeah, it's been out for a while, so it's not a secret.
Bosses in Path of Exile 2 come
moment,
about
yeah.
two major ways. You obviously have the more traditional approach where you create a narrative and you design a boss around
the child's called the Unwanted. Yeah.
This time, I'll remove your head myself.
Ooh. And look at the visual on this. Look at this.
I'll remove your head myself.
That's so fucking crisp. It's... Oh my god. Look at that.
The second way, which I think is something that can be very unique and create some of the more interesting encounters, is letting the creative genius of our artists do what they need to do.
And this that boss.
They can come up with something completely abstract.
Yeah.
And this is how you get some of the most awesome things, because all of a sudden it can be something with 100 tentacles or 9 limbs or no limbs or 1,000 teeth or none. And obviously things that aren't even in my imagination.
Jesus Christ, look at that. That's awesome. I love this. This is amazing. I remember we saw him, the Aztec, the Aztec god. This was so crazy. I haven't even seen a lot of these.
Well, a boss in Path of Exile 2 ultimately is the culmination of decades of experience, making hundreds, if not thousands of bosses in its predecessor, taking all that knowledge together, and puts it in a package that delivers the best of what could possibly be of boss encounters in an action RPG environment with bosses that are utilizing Souls-like mechanics.
I think that also, like, another really big component for this is that, like, PoE 1 has a big problem with boss design because there's so much clutter that a lot of builds create by the way that they're designed. And so I think that PoE, like, if like, for example, like watching Quinn, this is like Quinn isn't an idiot, right? One of the good things about watching Quinn do a boss fight is that most of the time you can see what the fuck is going on. So if you're a casual viewer, you can watch and appreciate the gameplay that's happening on the screen. And I know this might sound crazy, but like as a streamer, I can see that and I can respect the fact that he goes with builds like that, right? Because it's easy to understand. And, you know, maybe this is me breaking the fourth wall a little bit. And I'm not saying that Quinn is being dumb on purpose. I think that he probably would play these builds off stream too. But I think that there's a reason, obviously, why these builds are popular and people like them. It's because it's easy to watch. It's easy to understand. It's visually, it's easy to understand.
Despite the fact there's over 100 bosses and
Jesus Christ,
more to come, a lot more to come. Every single boss fight is completely unique, hand animated from scratch. It is designed from scratch. It is balanced from scratch.
Jesus.
And it doesn't reuse a single asset in our library or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. He's probably right. I mean, this boss has like some mechanics that are like Kitava, right? But it's clearly not like It's not Kitava. Like, that's kind of like Kitava, right? But not really. How's this get? Yeah, this is a free game, guys.
Balancing boss fights in Path of Exile 2, especially compared to its predecessor, you have to, in a single attempt, reduce the boss from full life to 0 in order to then progress through.
Yep.
If a player cannot defeat them now, then they're stuck.
Yep.
Which helps in many ways because it makes the bosses feel so much more satisfying to kill once you do overcome it and learn it.
Jesus,
it is
man.
very, very important to us that Path of Exile bosses...
It's crazy how they're showing so many new bosses here, too.
Especially around telegraphing feels fair to the user, as opposed to them being cheated out of something when they happen to die.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that...
See, that's like one of the issues. Like, I feel like PoE 1 has like a few mechanics like that are like kind of bullshit mechanics. Like, I think that the best bullshit mechanic example is like an off-screen die beam from Cirrus. Like, there's that one. I think Baran has like one bullshit mechanic that people fucking hate. Soul Eater is just a total bullshit mechanic. I hate it. I think there's like one more that I can think of. Memory Game? I don't think Memory Game is a bullshit mechanic. It's just annoying. That's different. Like, annoying is different than bullshit. Shaper Slam can be invisible? What? I've never seen that happen. But that's a bug. Yeah, that's a bug though, right? I mean, so I'm not talking about that.
Are accurate, and of course, when something hits you, it feels like it hits you.
Yeah, it feels like you made a mistake.
It ultimately makes it feel that much more satisfying when you kill it, and you feel that much more pride when you are able to overcome something difficult, knowing that the game hasn't robbed you of this thing.
Jesus, man.
At the end of the day, you want to see that healthy balance where some people are struggling.
It's one of the first bosses they showed.
You want to see that moment, that second-hand moment where someone overcomes that challenge.
Yeah.
And is so happy for doing so. And so I'm looking forward to that.
This is insane, man. Holy fuck, man. It looks so fucking good. I know. I wish they would add damage numbers. They are. By the way, PoE 2 is going to add damage numbers, but they're going to be really they're not going to be like Diablo 4 damage numbers. They're going to be like really, really small, like Elden Ring damage numbers. I think it was Jonathan talked about it in the interview. It was like maybe 3 or 4 months ago. So yeah. Only on bosses? Yeah, did they say that? Yeah, they did. And because I was really happy to see that too. I really like seeing damage numbers. I do. Because for me, that helps me understand the game. Is that true? It's all I ever wanted? Yeah, I know. Damage numbers are just on boss HP bars. That's good enough, because boss HP bars are the only thing that damage really matters on, to be honest with you, right? I mean, like, most of the time, like, let's be real, guys. Most of the time, all other boss mechanics are irrelevant. Or all other mechanics are irrelevant. I hope it can be toggled. Yeah, you should. I think it should be like Wukong, where like it's off by default, but you can turn it on. They're gonna move the decibels. People used to seeing 4-digit number feel good about themselves. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Damage numbers give you a sense of progression. Yeah, and it's easier to understand. I think also it's easier to like, okay, I did 33, now I'm doing 37. I just got an upgrade. You know?